Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, like, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that thanks button down below. We just got a Star Wars announcement. I'll get to that in a minute. We have, God, I love Obi-Wan so much. But first, we really should talk about DC Comics. We should talk about Palm. We should talk about the struggles that they're going through, how DC might come to us in the future. This needs to be talked about because on the one hand, I'll say that listen, Palm is still new at this. I love all the things that they're doing with the Bat-Cows and giving them utility. I'm a big Bat-Cow proponent. I don't have one yet, but I will get one at some point. I like that Hero and Palm and all that. They're kind of trying to do their own thing. They're trying to make all of them interoperable. They're trying to make all of them, together as one. And again, them being still new, if DC is going to keep on continue releasing content through them, even though I don't like a lot of the things that DC is doing, like having two CEOs of DC, of the DCEU, just have one CEO and one COO. I'm not 100% sure who Peter Safran is, but that is the other CEO. They are both co-chairman and CEOs of DC Studios. Anyone that's ever run a company knows that if you have two CEOs, you're going to hate each other very, very quickly. I have one CEO, one COO. That's generally the best way to do it. I've worked with how many hundreds of companies I've helped fund, how many hundreds of companies I've gone and helped. I put the axe on and be like, hey, I don't like your guys' relationship. I do not believe we're going to get our money back, so we are not funding you. And the stuff that I will be doing for Republic in the future as well. Shout out to Ken Gwynn for being able to take me on in some way. That being said, it is not too late to kind of back the truck up and move it somewhere else. I mean, Palm at some point will get better if they keep doing stuff with DC. This is not going to get worse. I mean, a lot of bots got it today. The drops were crazy, so it was heavily botted, and this is, again, Veve has had these particular things. If I was just a straight up a Palm Hero DC Bat-Cow DC comic buyer, and I wasn't going anywhere else, I'd be like, okay, well, Veve's had these issues. Ticketmaster, like Taylor Swift, just had these issues. A lot of bots just got her tickets, and now her concert floors are going for like $1,200 per ticket. So clearly, if giant superstars like Taylor Swift has like 80 million followers on Twitter, on StubHub and Ticketmaster, if there's going to be bots there, there's clearly going to be bots at every level of whether it's like government. I'm surprised. This is why I don't know if they'll ever do like online voting, because bots, it'd just be insane. But it would happen at every level of entertainment, and that perspective, I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to happen. Although the situation will get better, they will get better at combating bots. The drops will become smoother at some point if DC chooses to still do this. But listen, like, take most drops at DCon this weekend that made more money with the sales and resales of their stuff than the last couple comics have individually, because they only do a certain small amount, which is fine, but it's really hard to get mass adoption when the runs are so low. If the runs are so low, it's great for the people that get them. They're about to go and make a bunch of money. But especially because this was a Grail as well, his first appearance of Dick Grayson as Robin. He is absolutely a fan favorite. He is like the next Batman for many people. When he takes over eventually, he's as good a fighter as Bruce Wayne. Kind of ages on. They're both insanely amazing. But that being said, there's going to be a lot of people that are really frustrated. They're going to finally realize, oh hey. Veve had its issues, but Veve's, kind of got this under control. And because people refuse to see more than like 6 days into the future, and they can't see in a couple of months that Palm will probably get a bunch of this stuff at least curbed a little bit. I won't say they have it under control, but I'll say that it'll get better for user experience. Some people that just have an insanely short attention span will be like, yeah, I'm just going to go to Veve. It seems to be a lot better. They're about to do this Q drop. They're about to have this waitlist system where you can use MCP points. You're about to be able to use Omi with those bronze tickets. It's going to be a lot fairer. It'll be a lot easier. And again, it's there's just a lot more money going through Veve. There's a million gem sales about every week, and you just can't say that for other platforms. So I think if I was DC, I would back that truck up, and I would be like, okay, well, DC needs to make a lot of money. Where are you going to make the most money? In the platform that has the most money going through it, and that's going to be Veve. At that point, do they have to break contract? Do they have to? I mean, bat cows are great. Love bat cows. How much money are they making each week with secondary sales? Sales still happen. People are still buying. It's not like the sales are gone. Yes, people are selling bat cows, but people are also buying these bat cows. They're buying them up, and that this would be a hit to bat cows if DC suddenly went to go and put their comics elsewhere. Because again, having to get the comic and then reading it, in a different place that is not the comic, it's just a little different. It's just a little different than what we're used to, where we have that comic, we read it we can read it in AR, we could read it in on the app. So having it in AR really is that next step above. I'm going to say the same for sports. Like, again, Lamborghini went and had their NFT drop, and it sucks. Not a lot of people did it. So what do? They came right to Veve. What's been happening with other things, like again, NBA Top Shot, still happening, still going on, but because there's only one medium there, because there's only one thing, and they don't have it where I wish that they would. If NBA Top Shot would go and have stuff from like the 90s, they were to have like Karl the Mailman Malone, Scottie Pippen. If they were to go and get like 90s basketball in there, and you like, dude, Larry Bird just messing with people, just doing left-handed just because he's bored, they would get so many more investors. I guess so, but because it's all recent, they kind of don't, and it's just, okay, he's passing. It's not like really epic, ESPN highlights. Which, speaking of ESPN, if y'all missed the last video, Disney has a really, really, really good chance of doing something with either ESPN or doing something with DraftKings. I feel like NBA Top Shot, DraftKings, the NFL player thing that they had going on is just up for grabs. Recur as well. I mean, like, how much money goes through there? Not a lot. What are recur passes? Like they were $69 a week ago. I'm coming nice down below with $69. What are they, like $50 now for a recur pass? Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. Most companies will not survive the bear market, and Veve is the one that is going to thrive, and they're going to go, like, they're eating everybody else's lunch right now. It is not even close. It's actually, like, I feel bad. I want all these other projects to succeed, because the more that succeed, the more that, oh, hey, there's another company in your camp that is a successful NFT crypto company. And but that's the beauty of, the free market. The best one, cream rises to the top, which is Veve, and a lot of the other ones are just, kind of bleeding money right now. But that does leave a lot of opportunity. I do believe a lot of licenses, like Hello Kitty from Recur, like DC Comics from Palm, and sports, DraftKings, whatever. I think a lot of them can come to Veve when their licenseship expires in the next couple of years, because they know where the money is. At the end of the day, you could have the best relationships with companies, CEOs, whatever. If you're going to get so much more, like Albert Pujols, when he was Cardinal for like 8 years, 10 years, and he left to go to the Angels for like an extra $30 million over the course of 10 years. Like, it wasn't even like, an extra $30 million a year. It was over the course of 10 years, or over the course of X amount of years. So it was, and then he wound up coming back. You could have, and then they had a statue of him out front. Absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, a lot of these companies, which, they're not baseball players that are, can sometimes be emotional. They are straight up sharks that only care about money. Speaking of which, there's some people that only vote on one issue. They're like, okay, where does the candidate stand on environmental policy? Because they're one issue voters. In that same way, there are collectors that are just one fandom collectors, where you have, again, Star Wars coming out. The Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi series collection kicks off with an assortment of characters seen in the hit streaming series Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you have, God, and this looks like Ewan McGregor also. Like it. So you're gonna have him. You might even have Anakin Skywalker. You will not have Ahsoka Tano in this because she's not in that. But you could have a couple of really cool characters. So you might have Anakin in the flashbacks. You might have Darth Vader again. You might have. I mean, the only Darth Vader lightsaber we have is Darth Vader in the is the Darth Vader one that the Ultra animated. That one is because in the other ones we don't have Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber either. We have Luke and Rey Skywalker lightsaber. I can't believe they let her name herself Skywalker at the end. We have Yoda, we have Ahsoka Tano. I'm hoping they do a Mandalorian series drop because we're about to get season 3 of Mandalorian in Q1 of next year. So we could have a Grogu, we could have a Mandalorian, we could have we already have a Boba Fett, but we could have more. In the Book of Boba Fett stuff, we could have his animals. But there's so much more that we could do. We already have a couple of ships. I want a Naboo cruiser. I want an X-wing. There's so many different things that they could do. Yeah, we got the TIE Fighter and the Scythe. Where's the Millennium Falcon? Where's the where's the X-wing? Where's the Naboo cruiser? Where's these bombers? So many amazing vehicles that you can get, and get pod racing. You know how many heckin' pod racers there are out there? I mean, probably like a dozen, but probably dozens. Star Wars Star Pod Racer, it was a pretty fun game, really hard. Star Wars Starfighter, so many just vehicles in general that they could do. Like, do you think Disney's gonna go anywhere? Do you think Star Wars is gonna go anywhere else and try to do stuff on their own? Maybe at some point in the future, but no. Like they know where their strengths are. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Bob Iger's a very, very, very smart guy. I'm only more bullish since Bob Iger came back. There are some people that are just like, oh, what will he do if he decides to go and launch stuff on his own? Or what will he do if he decides to buy Veve? What is that going to do for the token? I don't think he's going to buy Veve. He might attempt to, but he would have to overpay a gross amount. And maybe Dave and Dan might sell at like 10 billion right now, if he offered that, which again is grossly overpaying. I don't think we're worth 10 billion right now. I think we will be within the next couple of years. But right now I'd say, low single digit billions is what Veve would be worth. So yeah, we have a ton of different, if we go down another leg for Omi, we go to like 0.0065 or 0.00 or 0.0053, then you would have the amount of gems bought. I mean, the amount of gems bought already is worth more than the market cap of Omi, which is bananas. This is insane. So I'm stacking as much as I can down here. I will get 150 million probably by next week, definitely before the end of the month. And then the rest of the Omi that I go and buy in December, that will be traded in the Q1 of next year when we get a lot of this burning mechanisms done and the price goes up a little bit. At least that's what I'm thinking will happen. Who knows? But that's it. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Let me know what you think. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I love you guys. Bye. Meow, 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 meow.